tons of scraps and not sure what to do. Today we are making a quilted pumpkin placemat using our brother ScanNCut and our brother Avenir. It's fall, y'all. I've got tons of scraps here and I thought, what better thing to do? Make a cute little placemat to put near my entryway. How adorable. So I have tons of scraps and I'm looking at these. Oh, who still has chevron? Me. There we go. I had tons of scraps and I was like, what do I want to do with all these great scraps? And I thought how easy it would be to make a pumpkin little placemat. Now, the technique that I'm going to do is similar to a log cabin quilt. If you've ever seen a log cabin quilt before, or log cabin in general, it starts off with a smaller bit in the center and then it branches out. And I actually added little stripes. Who remembers this project? So that's super, super cute. And it makes it really, really fast to do it. But I've seen some that are like a scattered kind of log cabin and I can't get the idea out of my head. So if you want to do something like this, there is a video on that. Or if you just want to make the stripes like I did on the end, that's super easy to do as well. So it really is up to you how you want to start it. Now what I want to do, because again, I want to use my brother's ScanNCut because I really can't freehand a pumpkin to save my life. So I know that there is a pumpkin in the ScanNCut. So what I'm going to do is actually take my batting, grab some. Take my batting right here and I'm going to put it on my ScanNCut mat so it can draw my pumpkin design. And then I'll have a base to put all of my scrappy bits on. So let's jump into our brother's ScanNCut. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go to pattern. And then I know that the pumpkin design that I want is actually in the holiday area. So I need to come to this category right here and down to my holiday designs. Scroll down and there's my pumpkin. How cute. All right, there's my pumpkin design. He is adorable. I know that I actually want him really big, but I can resize him once he's on my mat and I really know kind of the area that I'm working with. So I'm gonna leave him alone for now, hit okay. And then I'm just going to select the outer part, so part A. There we go, hit okay. And now I've got the outside of my pumpkin, which is what I want to start with. Let's go ahead and hit set. And now we have them on there. Now I already have it set to a 12 by 24 because I know I'm gonna use a 12 by 24 mat for what I wanna do. But if you didn't have it set, all you would have to do is hit the wrench icon right here and then tell it the cut area to be a 12 by 24 instead of a 12 by 12. So I'm gonna hit okay, okay again, and there it is. Now I'm gonna go ahead and select my pumpkin, go to edit, object edit, because I wanna come to this tool right here, which is my resize tool. Now I can resize him all I want. But Courtney, that means you're only gonna get a 12-inch pumpkin. Don't you want him to be larger than that? I do, but I'm gonna make him as large as I can. Hit okay. And then I'm gonna come to the rotate tool. This is going to allow me to rotate 90 degrees. And now I can make him bigger. So let's go to our resize again. And now I can resize him until I can't resize him with that height anymore, which did give me a good little distance past that 12-inch that we would have had originally. So this is perfect. I could shrink him down a little bit if I wanted to squeeze him and stuff like that, but I like this. I want him to be a round pumpkin, not a flat pumpkin. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit okay, okay again, okay again, okay again, all the way to this area. Now I wanna do please select and not cut this time. Usually I cut, but this time I want to draw. Now the reason I want to draw is because I'm gonna use our draw tool. Now your draw tool is fantastic and it always comes with your ScanNCut. Now usually you would get a light blue pen. Those are your water insoluble. This, however, is not those. These are some of the markers that you can get that can fit in the draw holder. So usually you would see this light blue one. Again, that's your water soluble and you could totally use that. For camera purposes, I'm gonna bring out one of these because you can see it better. So let's go ahead and we're gonna drop this. We're gonna open up the back of our draw tool like that. Take our pen, take the little plastic cap off, put it somewhere that I'll remember it is, and I'm just going to drop it in there, like that. Now this goes where our cutter tool would usually go. We're now gonna put our draw tool. All right, so now that I have that, I'm gonna go ahead and take out my cutter tool, put it off the side, and put this drawing one in. And then I'm gonna take my 12 by 24 mat here, take off the plastic cover, and I'm gonna take a piece of matting that I already have cut to the general area, and I'm just gonna lay it on my 12 by 24 mat. Now today I am using a standard 12 by 24 mat. that's fairly new, so it's still got a lot of it stick. Usually when I'm cutting out batting and stuff, I like to put it to a fabric mat. Not a brand new fabric mat, because that thing is sticky and it's gonna be really hard to get off my batting. But since I'm just drawing and it's not actually going through, so it's not being as rough as it normally would be, the standard mat will work just fine. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and we're gonna load it in. There's so much fluff. There we go, perfect. And we're just gonna go ahead and hit start. All right, there is our pumpkin shape. It's so good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. Perfect, thank you, Matt. Appreciate ya. All right, so there's our pumpkin. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just cut off the excess because I don't need all of this around. I wasn't sure exactly how big he was gonna be, so this is perfect for what I need. Now, what I'm going to do is actually start taking pieces of my scraps. So let's pick a scrap first. Oh, you know what? Let's do this guy first. It's cute little pumpkins on him. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put him in the center and I'm going to stitch on one side of him. What I'm going to do is, you would think I'd be stitching on the side that actually just drew my pumpkin. And you can if you want, but I know that I'm going to use that later to cut around. So I kind of want to make sure I can see that. I'm glad I did it in a dark color. I can kind of see it, but my goal is to fill up this whole thing with stitches. It's going to be great. So I'm going to take this, I'm actually going to put it generically in the center. Now again, you could do the log cabin that I showed you earlier and do that kind of style. I kind of want mine to be like a little bit more scrappy and abstract because, you know, it's me. So what I'm going to actually do is start a piece of it, but then instead of laying it perfectly on the side, I'm going to like do it at a tilt. And then I'm just going to add more and more on top of it. It's going to be great. I did go ahead and put another piece of batting on the back because I wanted it fluffier. I don't need to draw on that one, because that's not the side I'm looking at. I'm looking at this side when I'm putting all my pieces. And then when I flip it over to cut it at the end, that's when I need that size. So I've got this, and what I like to do is start in the center. Now, if you remember a long time ago, we made this cute little Valentine pillow, and it was like this very mosaic thing in the center. Kind of like that, not such sharp points, but kind of like that is the concept I'm going for. And I love that pillow, and I think about it all the time. So I'm like, how perfect to make something like that, but for a different holiday. So I've got all these scrappy pieces over here that are, most of them are strips, some of them are squares. Really, again, I just went to my fabric stash, because you know I got one. And I kind of start pulling pieces from that, and I'm just gonna start going for it. So I'm gonna have my electric scissors here while I'm doing that. You could totally use just your favorite pair of fabric snips, but you know I don't use scissors. So we're gonna start with this. All right, so I'm gonna take one of these pieces. And again, I'm just sewing down one side of it and building off of that. I am using my J-foot, not my 1/4 inch foot. I know, I'm as surprised as you guys are, but I just needed something simpler. So simple, so I'm gonna use that side kind of as my guide. All right. And I like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut. There we go. And I'm just gonna trim this piece. There we go, like that. And now I'm just gonna keep building off of that and just kind of make this fun little quirky thing. It's gonna be fun, fantastic. All right, I'm not gonna put any rhyme or reason into this. I just want to make it fun. All right, so since I want this piece to be next to this one, because how cute would that be? Like highlighting the pumpkins, I know. So I'm just going to flip it like this. There we go. And I'm going to take my foot and line it up to the edge of that. Put my foot down and sew. There we go. If you want to lock stitches, you totally can, but it's kind of locking itself right now. All right, so now when I flip it over, it looks like this. Right? How fun. Now, I'm going to finger press, but you could totally take your iron and press it and kind of, you know, flatten it that way. But I think I'm just going to do finger pressing because I want this to be a fun, quick thing. All right, I'm going to take this one. Like, how fun? Are you kidding me? This is adorable. All right, I want this one to lay like this, which means I need to flip it this way. Here we go. Put my foot down. Go. look at that. Oh, it's gonna be so cool. All right, next piece, let's see. Oh, I like one of these, maybe one of these textures. Yeah, okay. And now if I wanted to keep building this way or building this way, it's really whatever I prefer, because the whole thing is gonna be finished. But I think I'm gonna keep building this way. So I love that. Let's put this piece right here. Okay. Now I haven't been cutting any pieces, so I need to start cutting these like that. All right, flip her over, finger press, finger press. Cute, so cute. Yep, so these are kind of big. So I wanna make sure I'm sectioning those off. All right, let's do this way. Let's see, one we haven't used yet. Ooh, this one. It's like very bright. I know, I feel like in the comments, y'all are like, no, not that one. Do a different one. All right, I'm just gonna add a little bit of bright orange because it's still Halloween. I feel like that's more bright. All right, I'm not gonna finish it off. I'm gonna actually cut it right here. And then I'm going to cut it this way. That way I'm not adding so much of that bright orange. Open it up. Oh, that is like neon orange. I don't know if the camera's picking that up very well. All right, let's counteract that with maybe this like darker orange. That's so funny. All right, like this. So while I'm doing this, I want to thank everyone that came to Houston Quilt Festival, came to see the beautiful quilts, not just me, but it was really great meeting a lot of you guys and getting to hug you and interact with you, and you telling me, Courtney, you made me want to use my ScanNCut and I'm not scared of it anymore, and that alone just makes my heart happy. So thank you to everyone that came to Houston Quilt Festival. Now, did you know they already released the dates for next year? I know, I was shocked too that they had already released the dates. And it is in November next year. So make sure that you're planning to come hang out with me and everybody else at Houston Quilt Festival next year in November. Wild. Now this piece was not cut straight. We're gonna blame someone else other than me. So I just kind of made sure I had a straight line, even though the fabric wasn't straight. You won't be able to tell because I sewed a straight line, so it looks straight, right? I know. Oh, this is starting to come out really, really cool. I'm loving this. Now, in my head, I am just generally kind of hoping that the same colors don't touch. And since I'm using so many different color scraps, I don't believe that's gonna be a problem, but it is something I'm kind of keeping in the back of my head right now. But y'all, when I tell you, I'm using up, this is a great scrappy project to do. There we go. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, I'm loving it. I hope it's coming out on camera as cool as I know it is in person right now. Okay, we got this piece. I think that would be fun. I just want to make sure like any of these extra like ends are kind of covered up really well. Oh no, I'm out of bobbins. It said almost empty, not fully empty. Go, go, go. Oh no. All right, I need to change my bobbin, but that's okay because I always make sure to keep a pack of pre-wound bobbins right underneath my drawer right here. So, and since it is a brother machine, it's got a pop-in bobbin, a little drop-in bobbin. So I take that one out, take my pre-wounds. Now, I have a favorite pre-wound bobbin. It's the Feltec ones that I use for my brother machine. So of course I will have those linked for you guys. They are fantastic. And also thank you to everyone that does shop on our website, buys your machines from us, anything like that. It actually keeps us available, one, allows us to keep going and doing these awesome videos, keep going and doing the things that we love. So thank you to everyone who has either purchased from our website or in the store or at Houston Quilt Festival from us. We truly appreciate it because you are the reason that we get to keep doing this. So thank you guys so much for everyone that does. All right, this is starting to look really cool. I love how that's like a point, but I want to make sure I'm not doing just points. I want to make sure I'm doing this too. So I'm going to avoid that. It's cool that it's in one area, but we're going to make sure we don't just keep doing that. All right, we got to branch out. All right. I pulled this one out because it drove me insane. The pumpkins were going to be upside down. This one, the pumpkins go sideways, and I think I like that better. So I'm just going to do that again. Couldn't help it. It was driving me a little insane. And you know what? Maybe I'll do it at an angle. Okay. Open her up. Oh yeah, see, that makes me so much happier. The rest of them are like non-directional, but that one is. All right, so we've done that one. Let me find another one of these. I really like that one. Okay, where do I want to put her? Do I want to put her right here? I feel like that would be cute. All right. So all I'm doing is just building off of it. Keep building and building and building and building. And just makes this really cool thing. I'm loving it. How fun is that? All right, let's see. I really want to cover up some of this bright orange. It's so bright. I really shouldn't have done that one. Why didn't y'all stop me? You're like, we were yelling at the thing, Courtney. We're like, don't do it. I don't listen, okay? I don't listen. Sorry. Now, again, this could be a lot quicker if you were using larger pieces. I'm using, fairly large pieces, but I am covering up a lot of it. Let's cut this off. How fast do those electric scissors make it? I brought the electric scissors to Houston Quilt Festival, and it was so funny because that was one of the #1 questions I got. While I was there, people were like, where are the scissors, Courtney? Where'd you put them? And I'm like, I actually brought them. And they were like, okay, great. So I did bring the scissors. So everyone that got their hands on the electric scissors, I'm so glad. You will thank me later. Okay, it's fantastic. And guys, I always link them down below. I don't know if y'all know that, but in the description, I link all of it. That way you don't have to go searching. So there we go. So cute. Oh, this is coming out really good. All right, do we add another bit of that hot neon orange? It's so bright in comparison. It's fine. It's fun, It's fun. How cute is this? I wanted it super scrappy, just fun, tousled. It's exactly what was in my brain, and I love when that works out. So, very cool. And of course, if I flip it over, there's my pumpkin outline that I did. So now it looks so cool and geometric on the back. So now what I want to do is I could, of course, there's in my ScanNCut and have it cut it. But since it's such an easy thing, I'm just going to do it with my electric scissors because I do everything with my electric scissors. There we go. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to follow the line all the way around, just cutting it. Now I'm going to go ahead and just take my electric scissors and cut around it. So that's why I didn't sew on that side, where the actual drawing was. I went ahead and did it on the other side. So whenever I needed to flip it, I was good, right? She's crafty, I tell you guys. All right. So again, you could use your fabric scissors if you wanted to, but I absolutely love my electric scissors because look at that. That is insane. It's insanely cool. Go. If you wanted to sew around that, you absolutely could before you cut it, but I'm fine. There we go. Fantastic. Look at my pumpkin. Oh, he's cute. I was a little jagged on that line. Let me fix it. All right, there's my pumpkin. He is adorable. Look, oh, look at that. She's stacked. How pretty is that? Oh, it's so good. So I've got my pumpkin. I've got all my scraps. Let me throw this away. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make another one for the back of it. I'm just going to cut it out. Same one. I even could have my ScanNCut cut it out if I wanted to. That way I've got a front and back. And then all I have to do is sew some binding onto it. Alrighty, now I went ahead and rough cut a back real fast, but like seriously, how cool is that? But I went ahead and just roughly cut one out, just real fast using my scissors. Here we go. Now, I did cut out a stem because I thought it would be really cute and I sewed him together, but I kind of like it without the stem. I don't know. Y'all tell me, would you have put the stem on there? Would you not have put, I don't think I like the stem. I think I want him without the stem, but you let me know. Would you have done the stem or not the stem? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some bias tape all the way around this just to finish it off nicely, and then we can make a little face for our jack-o'-lantern. Start a little distance from where I originally put that down, where I opened it up. That way, when I come to close it, I can actually scoot this in there, so. All right, I know that everything is clipped on the back beautifully, so nothing's sticking out where I don't want it to stick out. Everything is laying great. So I'm just gonna start, let's say right here. Now, if you wanna whip stitch this closed because you don't want it to see it, you absolutely could do that. I don't care. I think it actually, I like seeing stitches sometimes. I think it's nice. Gives it a nice little touch to it. I'm gonna back stitch a little. This came out so good. I'm loving it. I did a zigzag stitch too, and I forgot to hit record. So I'm sorry. But I did do the zigzag stitch, and it is so good. So we've got our placemat, and you could totally leave your placemat like that. Like, he's a fun little pumpkin. Absolutely love him. But I want to add a little bit more to make it a jack-o'-lantern. Now, if you wanted it for fall, totally fine. You could actually make a double side. Maybe only do the jack-o'-lantern on one side of it and then have the other side just be a regular pumpkin. So you could have it for like Thanksgiving and, you know, all the fall season. But I want to add a face to it. Now, originally I was thinking, oh, okay, I'll do Heat and Bond Ultra, cut out the pieces, iron them on there. And that's cute. But then I remembered I have glitter vinyl and willpower. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut the face out of this, iron this down. This is so fast and simple, and I think it's going to look really, really cute. Now, I don't have black, but purple is always fun too. So let's go ahead and jump into my machine, and let's grab my design so I can cut it out and then put it on here. Alrighty, now I'm going to hit finish because I want to go back to this because I want to use this to measure what I need my eyes and mouth and everything to be. So I'm going to hit back. And I'm going to hit add. And now I could come in here and get my little jack-o'-lantern. Hit OK. Set. All right, now he's down here. I want to lay him on here. Edit. Object edit. Rotate. Because he is rotated. Okay. Resize. And I'm going to make him as big as this is. There we go. If you hold it down with your finger, it does go faster instead of having to click, 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 you know? There we go. Gorgeous. He's fantastic. All right, so that is how big my eyes and mouth need to be equivalent to this thing. So I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to select next because I want that outer one. Delete him out, and now I have this guy right here. All right, I'm going to hit OK. OK. Police select, and I want to cut. And to be able to cut out this vinyl, I am using my vinyl blade. Now I have this piece of vinyl. Now we know if you transfer vinyl, we need to do it on the matte side because we're flipping it. Now, I should flip my design if I'm flipping my vinyl, but it's not really directional for me, and I don't really care if like it's askewed a bit. But if you really wanted it to be one certain direction, absolutely flip your design. It's in Edit, Object Edit, and then the flip icon. It's a line with two arrows facing each other. That's your flip icon. All right, there we go. I've got my vinyl on here. Go ahead and load in my machine. Now, Courtney, you didn't delete out the pumpkin around, so it's going to cut that too. I know. For that design, there's no splitting it apart. You could bring it into Canvas Workspace and do it that way, and it would let you delete out anything like that. But for that part, it's grouped, and I can't edit it out. Now, we did figure this out on a previous show. I think it was behind the scenes. There's a Mickey Mouse in there who is like a Halloween Mickey Mouse. Adorable. You can steal his face. It's so cute. All right, let's jump into my machine again. Alrighty, half cut is already on because I did vinyl with my vinyl blade last, so we are good to go. Let's hit start.